don't want to be on very long. I want to watch. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is Thursday news on, I don't know, Karen show. You know how I'm like this moniker thing. My name is like, another Karen, the Karens. You gotta know how excited I was when that whole thing came out. It's just, I wish my parents could have been alive to see this. They would have cracked up laughing. It was either Karen or Shanquisha or some stupid ghetto name. And there was no way that my parents were going to let some crap like that slide. I'm from Chicago, but they were not having any of the ghetto crap. Not with me. So they named me the whitest name possible. So you could not mistake me for some individual with a stupid name like Shanquisa or something. My parents just were not having it. Hey, oh wow, what's up? Every single day is a pot of gold with the news stories. And one of those, I fully believe that we are inching closer and closer to the removal of and discovery, not just discovery, because we are already discovering the crimes of Ilhan Omar. But I'm going to make sure, doing my little part, that people continually know how despised this little creature is and how she's such a sanctimonious bitch that she will not be missed. Now, keeping in mind that they meaning Congress, the House Ethics Committee, just removed Sheila Sherfless McCormick from office for her crimes concerning the stealing of FEMA funds. And this was to pad her own pocket, live a very posh lifestyle, while FEMA recipients and hurricane victims suffer. Remember ways that the Biden administration treated Western North Carolina American citizens after the floods? Remember that? Remember the Texas floods and the little girls, the children at the camping, they were off camping. Remember how terribly the Democrats talked about these poor families lost because of these floods? But let me go back to Western North Carolina. Since we're talking about this Sheila Sherfless McCormick and her antics, remember these people were completely homeless. They had nowhere to go. They were their homes were destroyed, and Biden and Harris were still squatting in the White House, and these people got nothing. It took 2 weeks for Kamala Harris to even make any type of visit to that location. It's just a photo op. I think she might have been there for an hour and a half. And then she got her funny looking, funny made up ass body back on the Air Force Two. And I hope they fumigated the plane, by the way. I would not want Usha and her darling children and our Vice President JD on a plane that has remnants of Kamala Harris left behind. Ugh, gross. Ugh, the very thought makes your skin crawl. That smell. So remember how horribly the Western North Carolina residents were treated. And I think it's Matthew Van Swole, I think is his name. He did intrepid reporting during that time as a North Carolina resident of how these people were only helped by the Amish. The Amish didn't even have to be told. No one called them because they don't have, all the modern conveniences, but they knew that their fellow countrymen were in trouble. The Amish started coming in and rebuilding areas, rebuilding bridges, rebuilding people's homes on their land that had been ravaged by floods. The Amish were the ones who came in and helped these people of Western North Carolina, because the Biden administration did not give them, I think they might have gotten $600, and it took them months to even do it. While at the same time, remember, illegal aliens who had come here for those 4 years were put up in luxury hotels with room service, turn down service, because they can't beds, God forbid. Child care free, dental care free, orthodontic care free, every medical condition that one might have free, all manner of healthcare free, even counseling and mental health care free. Cars, scooters in New York free. I know they got the royal treatment here in Colorado, honey. I remember that. I was here for that. Nobody can gaslight me on that. So my point in saying all this is Sheila Sherfulus McCormick, while the people of Western North Carolina were suffering, and the Biden and Harris administration refused to help them with FEMA money. Okay, you know where I'm going with this. They refused to help them because Western North Carolina is Trump country. And they weren't going to help individuals who voted for President Trump in 2016 and 2020, because he won 2020 also, but they stole it. And so we got stuck with that Walking Dead bum and the Hindu Horus for 4 years. So now Sheila was just removed this week, but this had been going on with her psychotic ass for like 3 years, dude. She had been through subpoenas. She had been questioned. People around her had been questioned. All this time, she is still in Congress asking questions of any person who came before in any sort of congressional hearing. She was still in Congress, and she was still authorized to ask questions. When she and her character was in question because of the indictments against her and all of the charges that she had already been found guilty of, and she was still getting paid by the American taxpayer. after stealing $5 million. And she still gets to sit in judgment of other people. Golly. By the way, if one wanted to say it's because she's Black, no, she ain't Black. She's not Black. She ain't even got that going for her. Come to find out, she's a freaking Haitian tether. She's Haitian. She's not even Black. Let me tell you what's going on, just to give you just a little bit of background in case you haven't watched me before, or in case you have and you're not aware of this thing that is very, very present in the community, that is foundational Black Americans. There are Black folks who are starting to do what's called delineation, and they are doing this because we don't want to be associated with these individuals who come here from foreign countries and just come into this country after giving nothing, sacrificing nothing, paying into the American system. You have no lineage here. You have no generational ties to this country. You have, you barely speak English. You come here and you immediately gravitate toward your little communities with people who look like you and talk like you and live like you and have your same culture. You don't want to be American. You want to just live and still be what you were in your country that you supposedly went from. So Black folks are now saying, you know what? You are, though you are melanated, you are not like us. You are not us. You're not you don't have ancestry here. Your family doesn't date back to the 1700s as slaves on a plantation. You don't have any sort of blood in the soil of this country. You just show up, you go to the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and you immediately, the world is open up to you, and you just start getting all these benefits that we don't qualify for because we are FBAs. We are foundational Black Americans, and we have to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and figure it out. But you Africans come over here and you just start getting all these welfare programs because, you came here from foreign country, and, you're getting what should have been reparations for Black people who have been here for generations. So that's the argument that this new movement, for a lot of reasons, they're not wrong. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris brought all these foreigners here and used our money to prop them up, keep them flush with cash, free homes, free apartments, free cars. You know the deal. You know the list. I go down the list all the time because I don't want people to forget how ratchet they were and how they put these people ahead of us at in the front of the line, and how they tried to replace us with a group of obedient foreigners who would just and work for a smaller wage. But see, then you get what happened up here in Greeley, Colorado, at the food processing plant, where the Haitians and the Somalis started suing the company and demanding prayer time 5 times a day, because that happened. and they actually won. So they get to leave their assembly and they get to go pray 5 times a day because they're Muslims. They got all kinds of pay for that. Hold on. I'll show you how they're doing it here in Colorado. Let's see. Oh yeah. Here it is. I'll bring it in so you can see. Because I got to bring the receipts. I don't want you thinking I'm just making this up, because I'm just dumping on foreign Muslims. Headline: AP: JBS settles Muslim discrimination lawsuit for $5.5 million. Look at these disgusting fucking creatures who came here and are completely ungrateful for everything that we have given them. And they act like we owe them something when they could have stayed their crazy ass in their own fucking country. But you see what happens when you let these people come over here like this? And they didn't have to work for it. They just brought them over here as, quote, refugees. Denver, the second largest producer of beef, pork, and chicken in the U.S., will pay up to $5.5 million to settle a lawsuit that claimed the company discriminated against Muslims at a meat processing plant in Greeley. It's Greeley, northern Colorado. Greeley is on the Wyoming. The U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission filed the lawsuit in federal court in Denver in 2010, saying JBS Swift and Company discriminated against employees at its beef processing plant in Greeley by denying them bathroom breaks and disciplining them more harshly than other workers because they were Muslim. Immigrants, they're not immigrants, they're illegal aliens. I hate it for everybody, but they're freaking illegals. From Somalia and black. What the freak does that mean? That's racist right there. JBS USA doing business, blah, blah, blah. So they had to pay 300 employees, they distributed among 300 employees $5 million. So they could have prayer rugs and prayer time 5 times a day. But Christians can't have prayer time. It's only for Muslims. They were accused of shutting off water fountains during the holy month of Ramadan. Bro, anyway, you get the drift. You get the drift. So this is what I'm saying. When you start letting them come over here like this and invade your country, they start demanding things because they also had another strike about 3 months ago. I think that they may still be striking, but they want more pay. They want more pay. Yeah. So they won that lawsuit against JBS in 2021. Of course, when Biden was in there, they won that one, got that money, and now they're suing again for higher wages. Whatever. You won't hire Americans, what you get. Okay. Congratulations, JBS. Oh, not only that, they built brand new housing for these people. Oh, don't believe me? And I'm off on it. rabbit trail already. Let's see. New housing. Okay, hold on. Let me take that word out. What was her name? She does reporting here in Colorado. Ah, here we go. I think I might have found it. Yep. Let me see. There we go. Here's another one. Let me bring it, since we're just talking about this and what's going on in Colorado. Headline. And this is Hometown Strong. JBS Foods, the same company that I just told you got sued by all the Somalis and Haitians they have working for them. They built them beautiful new homes in 2022 during Biden. Greeley, Colorado received support from Hometown Strong to advance local housing efforts. JBS, the largest employer in the city that employs only Muslims, Somalis, and Haitians, made a historic $2 million investment in what became the largest Habitat for Humanity community in Colorado. Wow, how delightful is that? How delightful. So, oh my God, wow. Their dreams of home ownership are about to be realized. Look at this. Look at these brand new, beautiful townhomes for illegal Muslims from the third world. Aren't they beautiful? They're just, I actually know an American citizen literally right now who is going through a divorce, and he's living in a hotel. He's living in a hotel room. He's an American citizen, works very hard, is trying very hard to keep, I'm not putting all his business out on the street. I'll just say he's living in a hotel right now. So he would love to have one of these beautiful townhomes for himself and his son. Just saying, but they're not for American citizens. They're for the people, the individuals who work at JBS. Yeah. Isn't that nice? I wonder if the renderings, I don't, I don't see like the more pictures, but just so you're keenly aware, this is what's happening in Colorado, how they give illegal individuals the star treatment while American citizens get absolutely nothing. So, and I'm making all these points to say that this Sheila was ousted, just like they ousted George Santos. Not long before that, he's a Republican. He had that congressional seat, I believe in Florida or New York. I think it might have been Florida, but they forced him out. They were quick to force George Santos out, but they let Sheila, whatever her name is, stay in there for like 3 extra years, collecting American taxpayer money. And producing zero results. The only thing she did was scream about our democracy for the little time that she was in there, stealing FEMA money and fighting, get Trump, get Trump, get Trump. Because that's the thing with these dumb Democrats. Fight Trump, get him out, get him out. Y'all haven't figured out by now God has protection over that man. He ain't going nowhere. All of y'all will be rotten and blowing in the wind. And he's still going to be here. It's crazy that y'all still think y'all can just, you know, oh, 25th Amendment. You know, what do you done trotted out 50 million old hags from 1944 to try to discredit him. That none of that shit worked. You done it since 2016. None of it worked. You tried to kill him on live TV. You done took him through every investigation on earth. He is the most investigated man in history of the world. The only one second to him is his son, Eric Trump. Constant investigations, 2 impeachments that were null and void, by the way, for several reasons. I'm not going to get into that right now, but we'll talk about it at a later time. Constant 95% negative media coverage from the Jezebel, whore, Sodom and Gomorrah media. Constant negative coverage. Constant negative coverage. And he still won 2016, 2020, and 2024 with constant negative coverage. Y'all had to spend multi-millions, billions of dollars propping up Kamala, propping up Joe Biden, propping up Hillary Clinton, and none of it worked. You're all clowns, and people can see right through your bullshit and butt plug Tim Walz. People can see through this shit. Nobody believes you anymore. Matter of fact, I was going to talk about Ilhan Omar goes silent because that's in the title, but I'm just going to go over here and talk about I'll get to her in a second. But what's up, Bloomer Fan Club? How you doing, darling? What's up? Welcome. Welcome. I like Laura Loomer. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can piss off. I don't care. That girl has been doing the Lord's work for years. She's been doing the Lord's work. So you don't like it, that's too damn bad. That's just too bad. What the heck? Damn, I know damn right. I know damn right that yes, we do, darling. Yes, we do. I don't care what nobody say. That girl doing the Lord's work up in here. Okay, I'll find it in a minute, but Congress has the lowest approval rating ever, because people can see through this bullshit. The only thing, y'all better be glad that you passed narrowly, that you funding bill for DHS today. Y'all better be glad. You best be glad that you did something. You know what we're sick of is y'all going on a damn break every 2 weeks. The next one coming up is what? The 4th of July. You're going to be off for like 3 weeks then, and nothing's getting done. I said this last night on this show. Y'all bastards, it need to be 20 bills a day. 20 bills. Go. Rapid fire. Let's get it. Let's get it popping. Why are y'all still sitting there with your thumb in your ear trying to figure out, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what. Yes, you do. The president already did the work for your monkey ass. The work is already done. Go to his executive orders. Go to his Agenda 47. Go by that. Line item 1, line item 2, check. Line item 3, check. Write legislation for everything that he has already put in an EO. It's very, very simple. Get it codified into law through Congress. You got the freaking majority and y'all still acting like you don't know what's going on. You better start playing Smash Mouth. You better start playing like freaking a bulldog in a fight for your life. You better start coming correct and take off the tuxedo. I said it last night. Y'all showing up in a tuxedo trying to be gentlemen with a cigar and a glass of, well, I do enjoy a glass of, every once in a while, not often, scotch. One giant ice cube, Macallan, 12, maybe 18. It's wonderful. But this ain't the time. You see what the hell is going on? You see what these crazy, that wicked witch of the West did, or East, did in Virginia? I just want things to be, I want everybody brought back to the middle. No, really, she was a wicked witch. She's the wicked witch of the East, bro. She even looks like the wicked witch of the, bro. Tell me she don't look like a crazy ass white witch. Look what they did with the freaking redistricting. Look how they came in and Scotch. Yes, yes, darling. Yes, yes. Look how they came in, kicked the door in, redrew the map, wouldn't let nobody look at it voting for, and put some stupid vague language in there talking about, don't you want to be fair? Don't you want fairness restored? These people don't. I know that the judge came back because they filed an immediate lawsuit. Immediate, they meaning the GOP, the Republicans filed a lawsuit immediately. No, because this is not right. You didn't even allow the 90 days for this to be ran it through. You had Obama's ass up there, Virginia, get out and vote. No, get out and vote. All these celebrities and people who don't live in Virginia, who got nothing to do with Virginia, all this foreign money coming in, trying to, for this bill, this redistricting, and they just rammed it through. They don't care if you don't like it. They don't care if you scream. It's illegal. They don't care. They don't care. You got to meet their shit with 10 times the ferocity, and you can't allow them, because you know what? They gonna whine no matter what you do. They gonna get on these Jezebel whore ass media, MSDNC, ABC, CBS, CNN. They gonna get on there and whine about how you're mean, you're doing this and you're doing that, and you can't do that, and it doesn't matter what we do. They're not going to like it, and they're going to whine to the public and try to get the public on their side, because this is the court of public opinion overall. At the beginning and end of the day, it is the court of public opinion, and they know this. And that's why they get on there and lie to your damn face and tell you that, oh, it's the Trump administration is doing things illegal. Bitch, how long have y'all been apps? How long have y'all been redistricting? How long, Democrats? Y'all been doing this for 25 years or more. Y'all have slowly been redrawing these maps and pushing out Republicans, pushing them out, pushing them out, pushing, wait, hold on. I don't have representation. That's me in Colorado. I have no representation. I have no congressional representation. Nobody gives. You have to come in 20 bills a day, run them through, run them through, run them through. But you can't do that. Run them through, run over them, run over them. I don't care what they say. I don't care what dumbass Hakeem Jeffries says. Look like he damn sleep all the time. Did he fall and hit his head at some point in life? Hakeem Jeffries ain't smart at all. Do y'all notice that? Did he seem slow to you? He literally got campaign funding from Jeffrey Epstein. But Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump ain't in the files, Negro. You are. You cannot mess around with these people. You can't. You got to just do shit. Did you see what with this Sheila Sherfilis, whatever her name is? Anna Paulina Luna did it right. And the other few members of Congress who finally said, look, we've been dealing with you in these delays and delays and delays for 3 years, dude. You have charges, criminal charges against you. This is not, oh, well, she misspent, $300. She forgot to file this properly in her campaign disclosure statement. This is $5 million from FEMA. I reiterate, the wonderful people of Western North Carolina went without. That FEMA money was supposed to go to them, but Sheila McCurfulus, whatever the hell, stole the freaking money. Okay? She stole the money. And she's sitting in Anna Paulina Luna, finally, since she seems to be one of the few people working in Congress, her and Eli Crane, there's very few. Okay. So she's like, look, you gonna be expelled tomorrow. You got 24 damn hours. We're expelling you. You're not going to get another extension until after your court date. What's up, Miss Sherry? You hear me in here cutting up already, girl? How are you, my love? Thank you for reposting this. There again, Miss Sherry tolerates me and my crazy rants. They were like, look, we're done with you. You're not going to be able to pull any black cards. Yeah, I'm doing this because I'm black. She ain't even black. She ain't black. She's Haitian. Black, Haitian, not the same. Okay? Let's just get that clear, because I know Democrats like to lump us all into one big nasty bucket of shit. No, we're not all alike. No, there's no such thing as BIPOC. No. You're putting in people from Somalia just because they got melanin in their skin, because guess what? Skin folk ain't kin folk. I ain't got nothing to do with them people. I am nothing like Ilhan Omar and them big-headed, bubble-eyed demons. I ain't got nothing to do with them. Okay? We're different. Thank you. I finally curl my hair. I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it before, but I figured, well, whatever. And then, of course, I go outside and it's like 40 mile-an-hour winds. So, but thank you, my darling. They finally got Sherfilis out of there, and now they got Tony Gonzalez out of there, turfed his ass out. They got Eric Swalwell turfed his ass out. These are all Democrat seats. I don't know if people are recognizing that, but these seats are vacated now. These are up for grabs. So, you know, they'll have to have a special election depending on their state. But these are seats that are opening up, bro. And we got the midterms coming up. So it's time for them, and I mean Congress. I'm going to find something like right now. Congress has the lowest ratings in history right now. They're only rated at 10%. So only 10% of American citizens have a favorable opinion of Congress at this juncture. 10%. This is a poll. 86% disapprove of Congress and their job. It's because we're sick of listening to all the excuses, bro. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear your excuses no more. We don't, oh, well, the Democrats are holding us back. Well, the Republican, no, y'all locked out. Y'all didn't allow these Democrats to freaking shut down the TSA. So, you know, thank God the president brought in ICE agents to kind of get things moving. But Congress has a low approval rating. It's because you're not doing your job. And people are noticing now. Maybe they didn't notice before, or maybe they just thought, you know, we'll give you another chance. But now it's like, bro, come on, dude. Like I said, a day. There's no reason why you cannot crank out 20 bills a day. They do it in Colorado. Well, hold on. Here, I'll do another one. Hold on. How many bills? How many Jeez. 12, hold on. I want you to see this. So, you know, I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm bringing the receipts once again. What does this say? As of now, there are 12,405 bills tracked in the Colorado General Assembly, which includes 1,200 bills specifically from the House of Representatives. This number may change as new bills are introduced and others are passed. Don't tell me it can't be done. This is just the state house. These are the same bastards, because it's majority Democrat. It has been for more than 8 years, ruining the state of Colorado with their shitty bills that does nothing for American citizens. It's all for illegals and for themselves. You mean to tell me that Congress that represents us, y'all can't get it together? 35 members of Congress, y'all can't get it together? Colorado has 12,405 bills. We're just up to 1,200 just this session. Just this session. I think they've only been in session 4 months. 1,200 bills, dude. Don't tell me the shit cannot be done when I see that it can be done. What is y'all doing? Ditch your damn cocktail parties and get back to the people's business. Y'all at the lowest approval rating in history. Nobody likes Congress. Nobody. And a lot of it is because we see so much damn fraud. People like Sheila Sharfelis McCormick and Eric Swalwell, who's a freaking creeper. Ruben Guy, he's next. They cooking up to get him out of there. It's either a sex scandal or you stealing money. And y'all wonder why you only got a 10% approval rating. People are sick of this. We pay you good money and all y'all do is steal. All you do is steal from us. People have had it with this shit. John Thune needs to be replaced. Save Act, God forbid, his donors will have a fit. The Koch brothers types who want open borders so they can keep their cheap fucking labor in here. They don't want the country restored. They don't want American citizens to have jobs. They want you to just be fucking poor and just get a small amount of money, shut the hell up, while the illegals get the good jobs. Well, a lot of them don't even work. And I just showed you the JBS plant in Greeley that's mostly Somalians and Haitians working there. They have jobs, but guess what? They can't survive without welfare. All of these individuals are on Medicaid. They're not offering them health insurance through their job. They're all on Medicaid. And as you saw, I showed you the beautiful new housing that JBS built for the Somalis and American citizens for the JBS Somali and Haitian workers. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. There needs to be staffers that get together from all of these, particularly the GOP members of Congress, get together at least twice a week and go down the president's executive orders. Go down the list. Go down the list. Go back to Agenda 47. Cross-reference what's already been done. Cross-reference, check off what's already been done. Cross-reference Agenda 47 to his executive orders. Okay, this has been, go ahead and check this off. But y'all need to be putting out 20 bills a day. I just showed you how many freaking bills in the Colorado State House these communist, devil-worshipping Democrats are putting out here to ruin the lives of Colorado citizens every single day. This legislative session started in January. It's April. They have already released 1,200 bills just in 4 months. You mean to tell me Congress can't get together? It's 435 of y'all. It needs to be 20 bills a day. 20 bills. That's not a problem. All you got to do, like I keep saying, President Trump did all the hard work. He's the one who stays up at night, can't sleep because he's on TruthSocial at 2 a.m. just posting. The man don't sleep. Go look at his XOs. As soon as you see an XO sign, get your monkey ass up out of your Congress seat and go get the XO, read through it, and put it into a legislative bill. Present it, get it done. Ram it through like these Democrats do, because I tell you, you can't let them get power. Can't let them get power again. They will destroy this country. They're pissy because Trump is in there breaking all of their toys. He completely closed USAID. They shut down the was it 14 or 17 computers at the Treasury that was doling out money to every foreign country on planet Earth with taxpayer money. Look out. Let's go ahead and just, for the Ilhan Omar, since we're talking about that sanctimonious, ungrateful witch. Let's just go ahead and talk about how she absolutely does not want to share any information about her violations. She sure want to talk about President Trump day and night, but she don't want to talk about or admit to any of the shit she's. So Varney and Company, I'll bring that over from Fox News, talking about this very thing. Take a look. Roll the film.
Minnesota lawmakers possible ties between Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and a $250 million fraud scheme. Mike Tobin joins us. Is this all about that program that was supposed to feed children during COVID?
There's a whole lot of it. You remember that Representative Ilhan Omar championed the legislation which Republicans say created the pathway for that Feeding Our Future scandal.
Yep.
A new financial disclosure also says she did not get rich while in office. Her accountant got it wrong, her office claims, by as much as $29 million. Now, the Minnesota House Fraud Committee wants answers, and they're not getting them. Financial disclosures had said the estate of Omar and her husband, Tim Minette, jumped from being in debt to somewhere between $6 million and $30 million in 2024. They amended their financial disclosure and released it to show the estate is really somewhere between $18,000 and $95,000. They blame the multi-million dollar discrepancy did not subtract the liabilities of Minette's businesses. And this is the same Congresswoman who championed that Meals Act. That was the COVID relief program intended to provide food for poor kids suffering during the pandemic. It turned into a $250 million boondoggle with restaurants billing for meals that were never provided. A restaurant in the center of the scandal was a safari restaurant. Omar held campaign events there. One of the owners, Salim Ahmed Saeed, was convicted for his role in the scandal. The Republican chair of the House Fraud Committee made repeated requests for Omar to show up. No response from Omar.
It's just another example of disrespecting Minnesotans. She thinks she can get away with things like this because she's a politician, but Minnesotans are fed up. Minnesotans in her district are fed up. They really care about how their money is spent.
Now, Representative Kristen Robbins now sent a letter to Congresswoman Omar asking her to disclose, among other things, communications with defendants in the Feeding Our Future scandal and donations from them. But Robbins, who I should note is campaigning for the Republican nomination for governor, says the committee has no subpoena power. Our requests for comments from Omar's office are unanswered, Stuart.
Of course they are.
Tobin, thank you very much indeed.
Because that bitch don't think she has to answer questions. She don't think she has to answer to the American citizens that she is supposed to be working for. She could care less what you think. But see, now she's getting a little nervous. She's never been nervous before. Since she came on the scene in 2018, she's never been nervous. She's never cared because she's always been protected. She's always been under the protective umbrella of the Democrats. You can't ask me any question. It's a witch hunt. By Remember Republic. Hate her voice. A smug little bitch. And since other members of Congress are being held to a higher standard, and they should be, because you're representing a district. But as we know, Ilhan Omar has said very plainly that she works for Somalia. Hold on. Hold, please. And just to reiterate, she didn't show up. She didn't show up for the hearing today. Sorry. Okay, so she didn't show up for a hearing in Minnesota, where the state house is calling her to, you better, bitch, you better come up with some damn answers. You're not just gonna get to hide behind your little turban no more. In here and sit before the people of Minnesota that you claim to represent. We all know she ain't. She's full of shit. She don't represent white folks and black folks in Minnesota. She represents her people. She represents Somalia. The projects that have gone on in Somalia since 2010, when Obama started bringing these individuals in here. Oh, Somalia they are rebuilding, and they got new homes and malls. They are really building up Somalia. Do you think they did that? You're welcome. You're welcome. Because you couldn't have done it on your own. Because you're all too dumb. You have among the lowest IQ on earth. Because you're inbreds. But somehow you're better than us. Your smarmy little tone, you're going to reap what you sowed. All of the attacks against President Trump, all of the times where Ilhan Omar and her kind excoriated January 6th patriots, all of the American citizens that she talked down to. Justice is here. These members of Congress looked at that rating today, that they have like an 86% disapproval rating, that only 10% of 400 million American citizens care about them or believe that they're doing any kind of good jobs. They looked at that, believe me, they looked at it and said, uh-oh. Oh, magically, the funding bill for DHS passed. Like, they just rammed it through. I'll bring that up too. They just rammed it on through. All of a sudden, is it $70 billion, I think? 70 billion for CBP and ICE. Why couldn't you have done that 6 months ago? Why couldn't y'all have done that instead of allowing a shutdown? Why couldn't y'all have done that? Y'all still getting paid through the shutdown. And you wonder why people hate you? Let me bring this in here. Check it out. Fox Business.
Governor Ron DeSantis ripping Congresswoman Ilhan Omar for her so-called Somalia first speech over the weekend.
Sure.
By the way, this was 2 years ago. This is when Biden was still in there. Why is her damn lips that dry? Bitch, you stole $30 million and you can't afford a $2 stick of chapstick? Why is your lips that dry? Damn.
Sony from our sister networks, quite the controversy.
January 27th, so she makes these remarks, and it's been really picked up. It's gone viral because of her comments about putting Somalia first. And to be clear, she emigrated here. Well, she left Somalia in 1991. She spent 4 years in a Kenyan refugee camp, and then she comes to the United States, and here she is. But in this speech, here's what she said and what people are criticizing her. For as long as I am in the U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort knowing that I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from the woman you sent to Congress working day and night to protect your interests. Well, Governor Ron DeSantis responded to that ad, and he made it a little shorter. He said, expel from Congress, denaturalize, and deport. Like, who do you care about here, Omar? Anyway, she fired back at DeSantis and said no nation state can survive if its states start to get involved in land lease negotiations with other countries without the consent of the federal government. Somalis in Somalia and in the diaspora united in that effort, and I stand in solidarity with them. No amount of harassment and lies will ever change that. So look, I mean, there's a water dispute between Ethiopia.
Bitch, that was 2000. No, my bad. That was like 1994. 94. It was the early 90s. That Somalis got put on temporary protective status. It's 2026. No nation state can survive if its states start to get involved in land lease negotiations with other countries without the consent of the federal government. Why are we, the federal government of America, responsible for land lease negotiations with Somalia? Not our problem. We saved your ugly ass. We rescued you and your war criminal father and your siblings and brought you over here after you spent 4 years in a Kenyan refugee camp. If you would have stayed in Somalia, you and your shitty family would have certainly been executed for your father's war crimes. And this is how you repay us. Your family went straight to the Office of Refugee Resettlement. You immediately started getting benefits that we would never qualify for. This is how you thank us?
In Somalia, but it's again, you're serving in Congress.
Do your job here.
Yeah.
That's why you're here.
What matters to you?
You work on behalf of the Somalis. And the fact that she would even say that she's going to work from inside the system, that should frighten everybody. We don't want anybody working for any foreign country with inside our system. It's frightening.
Hold on. Let's look at this. While we're at it. Oh, yeah. I got one for you. Let's just look at this. Hold on. I'll let the commercial play. Oh, sorry. Oh, hold on. Let me let this play. Okay. Wow. Let me show you to back up what I said concerning the little Somali pirate, and how this bitch has been stealing our money since pretty much she got in Congress. And when you think back to the aforementioned statement that she gave at that event, where she said she works for Somalia, it will start to make more sense of what has been happening. Now, I think this video is 2 or 3 years old, but it just shows how our tax money has been funding their lifestyle. You're welcome. Are you serious? Hold on. Miss Sherry, are you serious? That is freaking hilarious. They played Newsmax. They played a clip of one of my videos. No kidding. Girl, my videos, some of the places my videos show up, it's like, oh my gosh. I didn't even, people tell me, girl, you were on blah, blah. Girl, you were, I'm like, oh, great. Well, this is what the Lord sent me to do. So praise be to God. I pray somebody's life was improved, meaning, you know, and I'll go into my little thing and I'll tell you why I do this. There are several reasons, but I pray about it every day. I do. I pray about it and I ask for Holy Spirit guidance. Miss Sherry, can you send it to me on X, please? Do you follow me on X? I'm pretty sure I follow you. But if you can send it to me on X, I would greatly appreciate it because I didn't even know that. My videos show up. Sometimes I'm on a Sky News Australia, lefties losing it. I've been on like some everywhere. It's funny. This is what I want to do. And since now we've got these crazy people. Oh, no kidding. I was talking about illegals taking up all our money and resources. I'm right about that. And you saw it today. Can you send it to me on X, please? If you remember, because I would like to see how they used the video. But look, check this bullshit out over here. Look at this.
The sounds of construction in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, reverberate across the city.
Real estate.
Cranes dot its skyline. If you look anywhere in the city, you'll see new modern multi-story buildings.
Wow.
This is what has been replacing bullet-scarred houses after the decades of Abdul Razak Ali Warsame is building the tallest apartment block in the city. He says most of the units were sold even before they came into the open market.
Thousands of people now, engineers, doctors are working and coming to work for Somalia. So all of those people need this, demand this. And imagine the city is expanding. I can call now Mogadishu one of the fastest cities in terms of growing, in terms of population.
Real estate developers are especially happy with the booming market. They're breaking ground every other month.
A few years ago, we wouldn't be standing in the middle of town like we are now. Things have really changed. More people are moving into the city. We have spoken to a property owner who says that his apartment block is fully sold out.
Of renting or buying is beyond many people's reach, because there are no proper regulations to protect buyers. Shakur Shidane runs a restaurant. He returned from the UK in 2019 to a country he left when he was 5 years old. He says life here is not easy, but moving back was worth the risk.
The amount that it cost me to live in Salzburg, one of the most expensive cities in Europe, and what it does to live in Mogadishu is very much similar. I'm paying nearly $800 for a two-bedroom apartment, and internet is an issue, electricity costs are high. But at the same time, I think it's different financial lanes for different outputs come out.
Thousands of diaspora Somalis like Shidane are increasingly making their way home. They say they want to see their city stand on its legs again. Catherine Soy, Al Jazeera, Mogadishu, Somalia.
But you're not going to use our money for it anymore. Okay? Not going to use our money to build up your country. We rebuilt Europe after World War II by way of the Marshall Plan. We stopped paying it only from 1945 to 2017. They were getting those wire transfers. Oh, help me, Lord Jesus. Help me, Father. Help me. Oh, my God. We have had it. We have had it. We have had it. We're sick of taking care of damn foreigners. I walk up and down the streets and I see Americans who are schizophrenic drug addicts. And some of them have dogs, which is heartbreaking. I feel bad for the dogs. I go by and I start praying and just putting hands up. Lord, please protect the dogs. You know, they trade dogs in drug deals. Oh, Lord. We need to reopen state-run hospitals that were prevalent at the turn of the 20th century and bring them back. They were shuttered during the Reagan administration, which is one of the biggest mistakes that made the immigration bill that he signed into law, allowing more immigration here. That and closing state hospitals, they just closed the doors of what used to be sanitariums. That's where people, you didn't see all this craziness in years. Look at videos from years past. You don't see what you see right now on Skid Row, for example. You don't see all these homeless people just laid out. You don't see that. You didn't see that before because they closed the sanitariums and they call them mental health. No. They're sanitariums, dude. That it's who are there because you don't want to see them just die of drug overdoses on the streets. Okay? Put them in sanitariums. Those are jobs for American citizens right there. If we can put 5 or 6 state hospitals back in Colorado, in other parts of the country, depending on your population, we need more state hospitals. I'm talking to you, HHS, RFK. We need state hospitals to be reopened, and we need these people. You don't have a choice. You're not going to just live out here on the streets like this. You're not going to just scare kids walking by. Parents can't take their kids to the park and walk them in the stroller because you out there scaring the kids. You drunk, you shooting up out on the corner. You can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. We need to have state-run hospitals that are federally managed, and the money needs to be carefully distributed, and states need to file monthly reports back to the federal government about how, how the patients, how many patients passed away, how many new patients came into the facility, how much money. And there needs to be federal employees who go to these state-run hospitals and checks on these people once every quarter. Dude, I got shit all. You need to hire me to do this. I worked for HHS already. I'm already in the system, dog. Go ahead and hire me. I'll get these state-run hospitals up and running across the country. Like y'all got Scott Turner running HUD. I'll be up on this, running these state hospitals, getting these drug addicts and these schizophrenics in a hospital bed. You got your meals, you got activities, and you got something to keep you active. Will take care of your medication. Because we gonna take care of everything for you, and you're gonna be in a hospital. You're not gonna be out on the street nowhere. Y'all not gonna take poor dogs and have them out here running around. You ain't got nowhere to stay, and you got dogs. Oh Lord. I know y'all want companions or something. Somebody told me, maybe they just need companions. Not dogs. These poor dogs, they don't even know they're homeless. They don't know they're homeless. They don't know. And they're just so wonderful. I love animals. They just love you no matter what. I see them standing out here with these crazy people on the corner, holding up signs, begging for food, and the dog just sitting there. I'm like, oh God. Hire me, Bobby. I'll get this taken care of. I'll open up these state hospitals across the country, get it done quickly, get people hired, and I'll run a tight ship. Because this has to be done. We can't just have these crazy people running around here just all dead on the street. We should talk a little bit about Iran. So President Trump is controlling the Strait of Hormuz. He is controlling it, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. The short-term pain with the gas prices, that's the only thing that we see. Okay. And I want to remind people who are getting their panties in a wad about Iran and, oh my gosh, these gas prices. Excuse you, before this Iran situation started, I was paying $1.79 since Trump got in there in January of 2025. Wait. Yeah, 2025. We got used to low gas prices. And of course, y'all didn't give him credit for it. But now that the gas prices have spiked, you want to talk shit like you haven't seen high gas prices in 40 years. You saw it for 8 years under Obama. The price of fuel went over $3 a gallon, up $5, $6 a gallon for 8 years straight. 8 years straight, and you damn well know it. Trump got in there, price of fuel went down again. Funny how that happens. Biden gets back in there, pretty much Obama, right back up. 4 years straight with no relief. 4 years straight of high gas prices again. And there was no Iran conflict or disagreement back then. So why is it that all of a sudden gas went up with nothing going on? Okay. Conservatives, stop whining about the price of gas. Democrats are going to whine. I don't care what they do. Republicans don't whine. It's unbecoming, and don't be a puss. The president is ridding us of a regime that instilled fear in those who traveled the Strait of Hormuz, who needed to get fuel in these tankers back and forth. And there was always a fear tax with, oh, what if Iran strikes? Oh my God, what if? So the insurance company that's completely destroyed now because nobody needs them anymore, they made deals with Iran. They're the Lords of London, Lords of London made deals with these mullahs and ayatollahs to offer safe passage to the ships going through. And when this popped off a few months ago, Lloyd's of London refused to offer insurance to in the night, as it were. They refused to offer any safe passage. You know, we can't allow you to go through the straits. It's too dangerous. The Iranians are crazy. The mullahs are crazy. The tribal leaders are crazy. Blah, blah, say, blah, 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 blah. And that's when President Trump first took control of the strait. The Lloyd's of London was like, no, we're not going to provide any insurance for you because of this orange man who has stolen and commandeered the Strait of Hormuz. We're just not going to do it. President Trump was like, okay, bitch, I got my own insurance company. How about that? And now ships can pass through safely with my protection. And then, of course, Lords of London. What? What? You can't do that. You can't do it. Yes, he can, and he did. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care. Nobody cares. So President Trump was like, okay, we got this insurance company over here that's already in place. Pay me. I'll make sure you should get. And little by little, he has been taking these so-called ayatollahs and these leaders off of the boards, these mullahs that have been causing death and destruction to the Persian people over in Iran for more than 50 years. They removed the Shah of Iran after the 1979 hostage crisis, when the IRGC took hostages and kept them for exactly 444 days. Going on since 1979. And it was before that. They removed the Shah of Iran. The Shah was more cordial. He was easier to deal with. And the CIA and, you know, back then in cahoots with Henry Kissinger, so that they could all do regime change, they installed the Ayatollah Khomeini. And ever since then, is it the Shia or the Sunni? The radical Islamic State, the IRGC, has been running the country into the ground, taking the rights of women away. But you don't hear anything from Code Pink now, do you? They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the poor Iranian women that have been raped and murdered and beaten to death in public squares because her hijab flew off, couldn't help the wind blowing. But they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about some made up bullshit about Trump. That's all they care about. So now President Trump is like, okay, you know what? America is tired of you people and all these backroom deals you made with China and selling cheap oil to China at somewhere around $8 to $10 a barrel, while everybody else is paying full price, $50, $60, $70, $100 a barrel. Everybody else is paying full price, but of course, China is getting cheap fuel. That shit to a stop. The man is brilliant. I mean, nobody else could have done this. God sent him specifically because he knew he would get it done. Y'all don't understand his resolve and his determination. When God saved his life in Butler, Pennsylvania, in 2024. You don't get it. 2025. You don't understand his resolve. God gave him a second chance, and he's not going to waste it. This means more to him than just getting back at Democrats. It doesn't matter. Your little bullshit about, oh, got a list of revenge and he's got a list and he's got, no, dude, it's so much higher than that. You people have low IQs. You're low rent. You're pretty much dumb, given the scandals that we're witnessing you have all been a part of, or at least a vast majority of you. You look like a NASCAR vehicle with all the different places, patches that different lobbyists and corporations in different countries own your ass. Trump ain't owned by nobody but God. You ain't gotta like it. I don't really. You think I really care if you like it? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Doesn't matter. His ways are higher than our ways. And right now, he has sent this man to stop the bullies from slapping you when you're walking down the hall, slapping your books out of your hand, and pulling your drawers up to your nose and stealing your damn lunch money. He's sick of the bullies. He has had it with these freaking Iranians and Obama slim slacks, useless ass, handing them dollars in cash money on military planes, by the way, bowing down to the freaking mullahs, literally, physically bowing down. Trump doesn't bow to any man. He kneels before God. God gave him a chance. Remember the Blues Brothers? Jake and Elwood Blues? I'm on a mission from God. Yeah, pretty much. Some of these so-called influencers, podcasters have been working allegedly with the IRGC, taking money to spread Iranian propaganda across the world. And this is why you have crazy people who would pretty much throw themselves in front of a train for Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson. Candace Owens really has a cult following. It's really bizarre to watch grown-ass people behave like that. Bizarre. So, you know, people are going to get sick of her bullshit too. Because that's just what it is. It's bullshit. A little bit here, a little bit there. Oh, I'll have the information for you, but you got to come back. Oh, I just heard from one of my sources, but you got to come back. That bitch got rich. She was broke as fuck. She came from, I guess, hey, got to congratulate you on the hustle. But that's all her pathetic existence has ever been, a hustle. Make your paper, boo-boo. But guess what? Don't think that there's no consequences for your actions. Think you would have met that rich white Englishman husband you have if it wasn't for your connections to Donald Trump and being in the inner circle with these people who are very wealthy? Do you think you would have done that in the hood? It's Trump who gave her her meal ticket, and this is how she repays him. She's just another Omarosa, another dumb bitch. I have no patience for it. So, I would just highly advise you to be discerning in your choices of people that you spend your time listening to. You will know them by their fruit. So Iran is finally being brought to heel. And President Trump has had it. He's sick of the back and forth. Oh, well, maybe I can make a deal with you. Maybe, well, no, I don't like those terms. I know we said we'd agree to those terms, but yeah, no, I think I've changed my mind. I just, no, I can't. Maybe we can meet in 6 more years. And during that whole time, I'm going to be scaring you. Oogie boogie. Dude, he's had it. The president has had it because they expect to have American soldiers protecting their sorry ass and keep giving them money, just like Ukraine. That's why they got, did you see in Ukraine, incidentally, the little fat bastard Volodymyr Zelensky is talking about bringing Africans to Ukraine? Well, of course, because he sent all of the young people and some of the old people to die to fight pseudo wars. But these are real people who died doing it. They had to force these young people because they didn't want to go. He just threw them into the meat grinder and now they're gone. So he's going to bring in Africans. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Is this Tyler? Okay. Over on CDM. Follow them. Pretty sure Ash still works for them. But CDM posted this article just a few days ago. I know these guys. This is from Tyler Durden with CDM. That is Creative Destruction Media. By the way, follow them on X. Of course they are. Ukraine seeks to import African migrants to fill labor shortage after hundreds of thousands dead or wounded at the front. Zelensky said they plan to import migrant laborers from Africa. Good luck with that. Y'all gonna be raped into obscurity, and then you're gonna have a bunch of half-breeds. Congratulations. Establishing new laws for the legal entry and residence of foreign workers. The government will introduce a new list of, quote, migration risk countries. Facilitate this plan, according to remarks Budanov made at the CEO Club Ukraine. He says they enter, obtain documents, and then move on. This is a problem that creates barriers for business. They're going to move to make it easier for migrants to stay and work in Ukraine. So this is very interesting. And this was just a couple of days ago. Yeah, they're going to start bringing in African illegals into Ukraine because the young people in Ukraine, and now they ain't got nobody to work. Oh God, this is why you don't let the little fat bastard in the Adidas warm-up suits run the country. A deal should have been made a long time ago to stop this stupid war and to make deals. President Trump would have brokered the deal. He already said it. This should have been done already, instead of throwing your young people into the meat grinder. But they don't learn. They don't learn. So Iran, you know, this has to get figured out. President Trump has already enacted the board. This directly ties into the Abraham Accords that he introduced back in 2017, 2018. Remember when they told him Jerusalem would never be the capital of Israel? Yeah, other presidents promised it and they never delivered, but Trump did. Oh, you can't do that. The Middle East is going to explode. Yeah. Okay, doing it. Done. Jerusalem is the capital, so whatever. The Abraham Accords, and now tie into the borders. These are the Muslim, predominantly Muslim countries in the Middle East, Oman, the United Arab Emirates, the Saudi Arabia, Dubai, these countries that are very, very wealthy countries. They don't want to keep fighting. They don't want to keep fighting. They've had it. These places, Dubai has some of the most beautiful, luxurious real estate on earth. I know because I watch these stupid reality drama shows, and it shows these people, citizens of Dubai. There's no homeless people. Sorry, they don't do that there. The police drive Lamborghinis and very, very expensive cars. But these people live very well. They're very wealthy. They don't have time for all this fighting. They don't want to do that. They want to make money. And they don't want all this craziness with these crazy Iranians constantly threatening people and doing what they have done since this disagreement started, when they started bombing the Gold Coast and these Gulf states. Iran just lost their shit and just started bombing Dubai and Oman. And what are you doing? We live over here. We got guests over here. We got people who are trying to escape now because of this bull crap that you're doing. So that's why these countries have signed on to the Board of Peace. They're like, get rid of these freaking crazy Iranians. We're sick of them. The Persian people across the world celebrated it. There are thousands of videos of Persians thanking President Trump for what he actually did. Bush promised it. Bush 2 promised it. Clinton promised it. Obama promised it. None of these clowns delivered. Not one. Trump delivered. So chill out about the gas prices. because I'm going to keep reminding people, we had 8 years of high gas prices, over $4 and $5 a gallon under Obama, and then 4 more years. That's a total of 12 years of high gas prices. I think you can tolerate some months of high gas prices to get rid of the Iranian threat that has been looming across the planet for the last 50 years, dude. It's time to put these people in their place and beat down the bully. We got to do, no, who doesn't love a good bully beat down video? Chill out. Just chill out. All right? The president knows what he's doing. He has, remember, he's privy to information we don't have. He knows what he's doing. What's up, Dick? How you doing, love? The president knows what he's doing. He don't need people on their freaking armchair quarterback shit trying to tell him, oh, he don't know what he's doing. He's crazy. He's out of his mind. Blah, 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 blah. No. So you're fine with spending your income, and then it's going to pass down to your kids, and your kids are going to be bullied, and then your grandkids are going to be bullied, and it's just going to go on and on and on to the break of dawn. We got to go through a small amount of pain to get to the other side. Remember the story of the history, sorry, because this is in the Bible. Remember this? Remember after the Exodus, and remember when the God told the Israelites after they had been rescued from Pharaoh, and Moses brought them over, and they were supposed to be going to the promised land, the land of milk, the land of milk and honey. Remember that? And these Israelites, they got so, oh, I miss Pharaoh. Oh, Lord, I miss the figs in Egypt. Oh, Lord, woe is me. I miss the brain circus over in Egypt. Oh, I want to go back. At least we had water. At least we had running water in the viaducts. Like, at least we had the olive oil. At least we had. At least we had. Didn't want to hear it. They just complain. And God told them, go over there and possess that land. That is the promised land. Go over there, and that's the land that I told you could have. It was a 17-day trip, turned into 40 years. They're just complaining, ungrateful. That's why I always say, I can't stand ungrateful people. You have to be grateful for what God gives you. You got to be grateful. If you can't do nothing but in the morning but wake up and say, Jesus, then do that. Believe me, I am too. You just find something to be grateful for. Oh, I can move my fingers. Thank you, Lord. Something, just be grateful. But was it Jacob and help me, Holy Ghost. I gotta go back and read it now. Jacob and Esau, I believe it was. Was it Esau? It was, there were only like one or two. I know one of them was Jacob, because these people, the Israelites, were like, okay, we can have the land of milk and honey. We can save it to us. Okay, let's go over there and scope it out. Let's go look over the fence. Let's see what they're doing over there. Oh, Jesus, it's giants over there. It's giants. We can't do it. We can't do it. We just can't do it. I'm so sorry. We can't do it. It's giants over there. Did y'all see them giants? Did y'all see the giants over there? Did you see grapes that are the size of beach balls hanging from the vine? Did you see that? Did you see those giants? Did you see them? We can't compete with that. We can't. They'll beat us. They'll beat us. That was a test, and they failed. Okay. But they, what are we, you know, they see us as, you know, the Israelites were like, oh my God, they see us as grasshoppers. We're just grasshoppers to them. They'll squish us. They'll stomp on us. But God told you you could have it. End of story. If he told you you could have it, don't you think he's going to provide a way for you to obtain it? David, Goliath. So Jacob and Esau was his brother. It was one other person, I do believe, but they are the ones who ended up going to the promised land because they were like, I don't care if I could have it. Then he has already provided a way for me to have it. But I'm telling you this to say so many people, politicians, presidents promised that we were going to deal with the Iran issue. 47 years back, 7 presidents all said, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. They never dealt with it. They just kept paying them to shut them up, paying them to keep them quiet, paying them to, you know, keep from saying, la, 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 la. Just don't do the la, la, la thing. Okay. So they just kept them flush with cash, kept paying them across the Middle East, killing, robbing, stealing, raping. President Trump was like, you're not going to do that no more. I've had it. And he did something about it. And he's still doing something about it. Aha! That's it. Yep. Diddy girl, you got it. Yep. Jacob and Aaron. Because Moses, it was, you know, it's kind of one of the saddest stories to me in the Bible. Yeah, it's Aaron. Was it Jacob? It's not Jacob. It's Aaron and I'm gonna have to look it up. But I know Aaron and was it Jacob? It's not Jacob because Jacob is Abraham's son, one of Abraham's sons or grandson. But it was definitely Aaron. Because Moses didn't get to see the promised land. Like I said, one of the saddest stories in the Bible, Moses got to stand at the top of a mountain and look down on the promised land, tears running down his face. And God was like, you're never going to, you can't, this is where your journey ends. You're not going to get to go into the promised land. Moses led them slavery, 450 years of slavery in Egypt. Remember, Moses, let my people go. And he never got to see the promised land. God's ways are higher than our ways. I've tried to figure out why Moses couldn't go into the promised land. Maybe it's more than one reason, but, you know, I say that to say this was a big risk, but Trump is a risk taker and Trump is a deal maker. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. Thank you, love. That's what it was. He threw down the tablets and then he had to go right back up to Mount Ararat and get another tablet. God told Moses to strike the rock. And instead of striking the rock, he threw down the tablet. Because he was pissed off with these people. I feel that. I really do. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. For what? Thank you, girl. Good looking out. Good looking out. I got my Bible open, but I'm reading Nehemiah, so I gotta obviously go back to Exodus, to the Old Testament, to the earlier Old Testament, and read it again. He was frustrated with the whining. Dude, I totally feel that. I feel that. I really do. I really do. I'm more like Jonah than anybody else. You know, forget these people. They don't want to listen. They don't want to be told. God said, I need you. No, I need you to go and warn these people that I'm about to destroy them. Jonah, go warn them. Jonah was like, no, I'm not. I don't care about those people. If they don't want to listen, oh well, every man for himself. And I know I can't be like that, but no, it's whining. They're incessant whining. So I know. Help me, Lord. You know, you got an under construction sign all over me, day and night. So yeah, it's just got to the point that we're already in it. President Trump laid this plan out in his national strategic plan that was released in December. People act like he didn't say all this. He already said he was going to do it. Like, now y'all confused. You know? Now y'all said I had a whiny day. It happens. Yeah. You don't mean it. It's just like you get sick of people, man. But President Trump is just doing what he's been instructed to do. That man is more aligned with God than we even know. And that's between him and God. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Who are we to judge? So he's doing the Lord's work, man. That's it. That's all. Can't have nuclear weapons. You can't, because you're insane. Can't have nuclear weapons. It's just that simple. Shut up. What do you need them for? You ain't gonna do nothing but destroy Israel. That's their ultimate goal anyway. They call America the Great Satan. You know, dude, we're sick of it. Okay, we're sick of it. Shut up. Go sit in the corner because you can't behave. You don't want to play with the rest of the people. You want to steal toys out of the sandbox. Then you be quiet. Go somewhere and shut up. We're sick of all the threats. We're sick of the I'm gonna. At some point, it's like, no. So that's what's happening. He's doing more than any other president in my lifetime. I know that for a fact. So just patience. All right, you guys, getting off of here. Right at 2 hours or so. Keep praying for the president. He's doing an amazing job. Like I said, more than any other president in my lifetime. So he knows what he's doing. He is ready for things that we don't have access to. So chill out. It's fine. And honestly, your life hasn't changed. All these crazy libtards screeching about and crying on TikTok about, oh, there's war. Oh, the war. Bitch, you still got them stank yoga pants on that don't fit you, that you look stupid trying to wear. You still going to your kids' soccer games. You still going to pick up your triple up, fat down, extra hot latte. Nothing has changed about your pathetic existence. Nobody likes you. You're still on that you know so much more than the president does. Your life hasn't been affected. Our lives have not. Ain't nothing changed here. We good. We good. You leave your driveway in the morning, you go to work, you come back home, you cook dinner. Your life hasn't changed. You good. Okay? You good. Stop whining. Chill out. He got it. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you for spending your time listening to me rant. These things just are very. So thank you. God bless you. I appreciate you. And we'll see you later. Love, peace, and hair grease in the north, south, west, and east. Oh, I forgot the oat milk. Thank you, Diddy girl. Yes, I did. I forgot the oat milk. God bless you, Colorado Blonde. What's up, my girl? What's up? Girl, thank you for hanging out with me. You better DM me. See you.